In this video, we're going to discuss the similarities and the differences between natural wood or cedar shake and natural slate. Let's get started. Hey guys, it's Zach, the Roofing Maniac, president and owner of Digital Roofing Innovations. I'm a U.S. military veteran. I'm a licensed general contractor and roofing contractor in over 9 states. So I promise you came to the right place to get your information about comparing cedar or wood shake with natural slate. All right, in the video summary, we're going to talk about wood cedar shake first, and then we're going to move over to natural slate. We're going to talk about the similarities between both products. We're going to talk about the differences, and then finally, we're going to give our last or final thoughts about both roofing systems. Now, what is a cedar or a wood shake roof? Now, there are two specific different types of wood roofs. There's regular wood shingles, and then there's cedar or wood shakes. Now, in the sake of this video, we're going to be talking about wood or cedar shakes. Just know there is a difference, but we're going to be specifically talking about cedar or wood shakes. Now, a cedar shake roof is a premium roof system made of natural wood of cedar materials. To make these type of shingles, shakes, they take large cedar trees and cut them into 2-foot sections and hand split or saw them into a tapered thickness, also known as taper sawn. Now, a shake is a rustic looking roofing shingle because they have been hand split. It replicates the look of an axe or a mallet cut. They are rough and variable and almost always used for roofing, but can also be used as siding. Now let's talk about the 3 different wood shake types. We're going to talk about heavy split and resawn, medium split and resawn, and then taper sawn. Now with heavy split and resawn, it's sawn on the back side while the face is split with the natural grain of the wood. Has a highly textured surface on the exposed face. This is the heaviest type of wood shake. With a very rugged and rustic appearance, available thickness for these shingles are 3/4 of an inch, 7/8 of an inch, 1 inch, and a whopping 1 1/4 inch. Now they can even get bigger, but this is the typical sizes you're going to see for a heavy split and resawn wood shake. All right, next we have the medium split and resawn. Now obviously it's very similar to the heavy split and resawn shake, but not as thick and heavy. It produces a roof with a very textured appearance, but the available thicknesses are normally 1/2 inch to 5/8 inches, which you're going to see in a medium split versus the heavy split. Now lastly, a taper sawn is actually sawn on both sides like a wood shingle. It's only thicker. This shake normally gives a naturally tailored look of a shingle accented by the sharper shadow line of a shake due to the thickness of the butt. It's the most popular type of wood roof, and the available thicknesses typically are 5/8 of an inch, 7/8 of an inch, and a full inch. Now you also have 3 different grades or quality of cedar shake. You have common, which is the cheapest, the most inferior. The next you have select, and then finally you have the 100% straight grain cedar shake shingles. This is the 3rd and best quality of cedar shakes and is 100% straight grain. Each one of these are hand selected and straight grained. Now just to keep the length of this video somewhat short, we're actually not going to go through the full installation of cedar shakes. Now here's a diagram, and the following diagram is how you install cedar shakes, but we have a separate video all dedicated to that, so I will put the card above for the cedar shake installation. So if you end up watching that video, you're going to see my business partner Chris McGuire here, who's our cedar shake installation expert, installing a cedar shake roof for the National Park Service. Now the life expectancy you're going to see with a cedar shake roof is typically anywhere from 30 to up to 50 years, so they last a very, very long time. But a asphalt shingle roof only lasts typically anywhere from 10 to 25 years, so when it comes to the length of how long they last for, you can have up to double or triple the length of time that you would have an asphalt shingle roof. Now, how much do one of these roofs cost? Well, for a cedar shake roof, you're normally going to spend about $1,000 to $1,500 per square. A square is 100 square feet for a premium cedar shake roof. Now, for a 2,500 square foot home, that means you're going to spend about $36,000 to $54,000. Now, you could get one done for a little bit cheaper if you use stainless steel nails and use common cedar shake instead of your premium products, but typically you're going to spend about $1,000 would be your baseline, up to $1,500 per square. Now, to summarize on cedar shakes, is there's no arguing that cedar shakes are some of the strongest, most durable roofing materials on the market. They're effective against UV rays, hail, and even heavy impacts, and can last up to 50 years or more. These roofs are completely immune to rust and can stand most winds, and obviously are biodegradable and green or eco-friendly. Cedar shakes can have wind ratings of up to 173 miles per hour and a whopping 243 maximum, which makes them the most wind-resistant roofing products in the industry. Asphalt shingle, slate, tile, and metal can only achieve a wind rating of a maximum of about 140 miles per hour. So, cedar shakes are the best against high winds. Now, obviously, there's some drawbacks to cedar shakes as well. Some of those main drawbacks include these are more susceptible to water than many of the other types of roofing materials and can develop mold and mildew or rot in humid or in extremely rainy conditions. So if you're in a place in the United States like the Pacific Northwest where it's really, really rainy and wet all the time, these may not be a great roofing system for you. And then also if it's really, really dry and really, really hot, they may not be the best. Now, these systems also are prone to fire damage and will cost extra to coat them for fire resistance, even though you can do that. Now, cedar shakes do not require tons of maintenance. However, these must be cleaned and inspected fairly regularly to prevent mold, moss, and degradation throughout the system. Wood or cedar shakes also only have a Class 3 impact rating against hail versus some of the other roofing systems have a stronger Class 4 hail rating. And lastly, you're typically going to see these packaged in 5 bundles per 100 square feet or 1 square. You're going to install them using 2 copper nails per shingle. Typically use this with copper flashing, and of course these are biodegradable and they're an extremely green or eco-friendly product. Now, what is natural slate or slate roofing? Well, in short, slate is nothing more than rocks, specifically roof tiles made of metamorphic rocks which are derived from sedimentary rock of volcanic ash and clay. Slate roof tiles are one of the oldest roofing materials and have been used for centuries. I mean, they are absolutely beautiful. Slate is a long-lasting product depending on the quarry and installation. Known as the 100-year-old roof, slate tiles are durable, fireproof, waterproof, and no two pieces are alike or the same because it's a natural product. Because of this quality and longevity, it's also one of the most expensive roofing products in the market, which we'll get into a little bit later. Some refer to slate tile roofs as the Rolls-Royce in roofing products. Now, you can really go down a rabbit hole by learning about the different types of slate, so we're going to try to keep this kind of simple. Now, the type of slate is determined on where it's mined, whether it be from Pennsylvania, Virginia, Maryland, Vermont, or New York. All that's mined along the Appalachian Mountains in the United States. Now, the two different types is typically hard slate, which is colored and can last 75 to 200 years, or soft slate, which is solid and black and can last 50 to 125 years. This can also be broken down into a rating system, which I'll talk about next. Now, the rating system is typically S1, S2, and S3. S1 being your premium products of all of it. Now, this is again determined by the quarry it was mined from Pennsylvania, Virginia, Maryland, Vermont, and New York determines which category it goes into in the rating system. Now, there's an array of different colors that slate comes in, and there's an array of styles because it's a natural product and you can break it into lots of different types of colors and styles. We're not going to go to all that in the video just because we're doing really a comparison between slate and shakes. So we'll do a separate video on that at another time. And in this video, we're not going to show you exactly how to install a slate roof. We're going to save that for a different time. But this is the basic installation process of a slate roof. Now, I showed you Chris earlier out on the job of a cedar shake roof. This is me out on a project that we're doing for a slate roof. But the life expectancy of a slate roof, like I've talked about, is very long. Typically, you're going to see it anywhere from 50 to 200 plus years. Now, as you can imagine, the Rolls-Royce, the premium roofing system slate, is a little bit pricier. You're typically going to spend in a minimum of $1,000 a square up to $2,500 a square, depending on where it's installed, the building type, the type of slate, all that stuff. That same 2,500 square foot house that costs $36,000 to $54,000 for the Cedar Shake for slate would cost about $54,000 to $90,000 retail. Now, some of the pros with slate roofing is slate roof's longevity alone makes it an environmental plus because they last so long. Slate contributes no detrimental substances to the environment. It helps keep other roofing materials out of landfills. When slate outlasts the building itself, it can be recycled, so a building can have slate put back on it with new materials underneath. The slate's density alone adds to temperature stability of a structure. Slate is completely fireproof. It can help lower net energy cost. Slate is resistant to degradation regardless of climate conditions, so it can be used wet conditions, dry conditions, etc. 3/4 inch is typically a class 4 impact resistance to hail, and probably outside of Cedar Shake, slate has the highest wind rating and can likely withstand winds of over 150 miles per hour and is a class F wind rating. Now, obviously, natural slate's an amazing product, but there are a few setbacks as well, or cons. While slate is very hard, it is also quite brittle, meaning that tiles have a tendency to crack if something heavy is dropped on them. They also can crack if you're walking on them, so it's something that you have to take into account when doing a slate repair. Also, because the intense variations among slate types is something that's prominent, finding a matching replacement might be difficult. Also, they're extremely heavy, and so not all roofing systems can hold them. You need a very strong support system to hold natural slate. Also, it's very difficult to find contractors to install them properly. All the flashing is very difficult to install, along with putting on a slate roof right. So probably the biggest con with slate is simply the price. They're very expensive to put on, very expensive for materials, and you're going to pay more for the labor. So just like with the Cedar Shake, these take 2 nails per shingle. You're going to typically use copper flashing. The wind rating is excess of 140 to 150 miles per hour, and they're very resistant against hail. Now, the similarities between Cedar Shake and slate are following. Both are natural products. They're a premium product. They have beautiful design. They can last 50 or more years. It's a renewable product, and typically you're going to use copper flashing and copper nails. However, they're both very expensive. It's very difficult to find roofing crews. It's not the best choice for budget applications, and there's a long lead time to get to your material. Now, some of the differences are Cedar Shakes are cheaper, slate lasts longer, shakes aren't as heavy, slate can be installed in more climates, shake is better against high winds, and slate is better against hail. Either way, both products are amazing. There's a ton of applications for both of them, and they're some of our favorite roofing systems to install here at Digital Roofing Innovations. And guys, if you like the video, please give us a big thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. If you enjoy our content, please subscribe. And as always at Digital Roofing Innovations, we believe in using a modern approach with traditional values. Have a great day.